IRS Criminal Investigation investigates allegations of criminal activity involving Title 26, Title 18, and Title 31. Title 26 being tax evasion, Title 18 being violations involving money laundering, and Title 31 being violations of the Bank Secrecy Act.
The relationship that the special agent has with the U.S. Attorney's Office is very crucial to what we do. We can work an entire investigation, and if we don't have them on board, they are not required to work the case. So we have to obviously present a good case to them, a solid case. And with IRS's conviction rate being in the mid-90s for the life of the agency, most times they take the case.
Well, the vast majority of the cases which are prosecuted by federal prosecutors involve economic crime of one sort or another. Most crimes are, in fact, motivated by economic motives, by greed, if you will. And on any case in which there is greed and economic gain, of course, is an appropriate case to have the IRS there because, as we all know, all income from whatever source derived is taxable income.
The U.S. Attorney's Office is probably our best advocate. They are always looking for somebody from CI to be part of whatever project that they come up with.
What we offer to the United States Attorney's Office is our financial expertise in investigations. Most crimes involve some type of financial gain. So therefore, when they come across an investigation or they're involved in an investigation where they feel that IRS's expertise would basically lend the support that they would need for that investigation, then they may ask us to join to help them in that area.
When it comes to financial investigations, we are the vehicle that gets them to where they need to be. We do it quietly. We do it behind the scenes most times. We do it without a lot of fanfare, but we have the detail. We have the ability to go in and we have the ability to analyze records. We have the ability to find that small piece of evidence that somebody else couldn't find to be able to get them to the successful conclusion that they need.
Other cops come to us because we're the number experts.
In many cases, we are asked to participate in an ongoing investigation. For example, DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, has been involved in a importation or exportation of narcotics type of case. CI will be asked to come in and see what they can do in tracing the flow of money, where the money is going. And for us, that entails a money laundering investigation.
Money laundering is sort of a generic term covering all kinds of creative or, depending on the perpetrator, not so creative schemes to camouflage the source of taxable income. There's nothing original here. Money laundering schemes go all the way back to Al Capone, or for that matter, probably all the way back to the first tax collector. Since our tax laws work on the premise that all earned income is taxable, this creates a very real problem for the successful criminal. How do you explain millions of dollars of income from, say, drug sales, illegal gambling, Medicare fraud, extortion, or embezzlement? Well, you don't explain it. You attempt to claim it comes from some legal source and try to pass it through a legitimate bank or business. Some 10 or 20 years ago, it was a lot easier to launder or hide money. Not anymore. Now banks and businesses must report to the Treasury Department any currency transaction in excess of $10,000 or any suspicious currency transactions. Doesn't matter if the bad guy is making a bank deposit or buying a Mercedes. If it looks suspicious, it's going to get reported to the government. This makes it rough. It's getting harder and harder to hide and launder money, especially when CI has all sorts of federal statutes and investigative talent at its disposal. But the bad guys keep trying, and CI, along with the U.S. Attorney, keeps getting convictions.
Of those cases which are referred, we have a conviction rate of approximately 98%. It's a little higher than that, actually. So small a number do we lose that we are able to put them on the fingers of a hand and list them by name.
It's simple. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys. Good guys get bad guys.
It's this interconnection between voluntary compliance and the realization that an individual will go to prison for tax evasion if they don't file honestly and timely. That's what makes the system work. Over the years, convictions for tax evasion have included almost every occupation, profession, and segment of our economy, and that includes corporations. On average, over 90% of all IRS cases are accepted by the Department of Justice for prosecution. 91% of these get convictions. About 80% of those convictions serve jail time, and all of those convictions get hit with big fines.
Nobody ever went to jail because they screwed up the form.
CI has a very solid track record.
You go to jail for defrauding the government.
The legal support our special agents enjoy comes directly from the attorneys at IRS Chief Counsel Criminal Tax. These attorneys work directly with case agents throughout all phases of the agent's investigation. They provide legal advice concerning all aspects of the financial crime or crimes the agent may be investigating. Tax crimes, currency crimes, money laundering crimes.
Criminal tax attorneys do work with the agents on whatever type of support they need. That will include giving advice on developing probable cause for an affidavit, giving advice on undercover operations, as well as legal advice on evidentiary issues.
If you can't prove it, you've got nothing. No proof, no conviction. It's that simple.
Frank, we found Capone's cashier.
And the books and the records from the Hawthorne gambling house.
It's tons of paper, Frank.
I've never seen so much paper in my life.
All right, boys, grab a truck, round it up, sort through it. I don't care if it takes you all night.
Let's get them.
Today's businesses don't maintain books and records as they did 10 years ago. What used to be paper is, and has been for quite a while now, software, electronic books and records. CI has the investigative capabilities to keep pace with legitimate businesses and the criminals' use of technology.
The bad guy knows what he did. He knows he had the program. He knows how the program worked. For example, in bookmaking cases, the bookie knows how to work the betting program. I had no idea what a parlay or a teaser was until I found one on a computer screen.
Our electronic crime investigators are trained special agents skilled in the art of tracking, identifying, and recovering intact information buried in computer files.
The cyber chase is awesome, and it's really exciting. It's a place I'm going to go where I know when I'm dealing with cyber crime. The internet is so vast. It's I don't even know that I can explain it, but it's being out there in this area, and no matter where you go, there's 100 other places you could go. And the bad guy's out there doing things, and I have to figure it out. I have to chase him.
Federal agents with a search warrant, open the door!
I found that in most of the search warrants we've gone on, we've almost always seized computer evidence. And that includes not only legitimate businesses, but also prostitution businesses, people involved in smuggling, people involved in narcotics. Computers are everywhere.
The IRS is so supportive of learning about new technology that they are and have been and will continue to be investing in our future.